Tragedy
situation.
is, besides, of course, you personally and your family, the fewer voters now trust the Federal Bureau of Investigation, and many believe the agency is acting as President Joe Biden's personal Gestapo. We
Mhm.
need a premier law enforcement agency to protect our rights. A new National Rasmussen report finds that 46% of likely U.S. voters have a favorable impression of the FBI, including 15% who have a very favorable view of the agency. That's down from May of 2020, when 60% had a favorable impression of the FBI. 47% now view the FBI unfavorably, including 26% who have a very unfavorable impression, so down 14 points. I pulled this out of April 17, 2018. I want to get your impression on this. The public's trust in FBI remains high in the days leading up to the release of former FBI Director James Comey's book about Trump this week. But support for the Bureau may show signs of slipping. According to the poll, 54% of Americans said they were confident in the FBI. And when asked if they thought the FBI was simply doing its job or was biased against the Trump administration, 61% of Americans said the agency was doing its job. But that number has dropped from 71% in February. At least people are seeing it. So down 25%, like NASDAQ index.
Yep.
Why almost overnight did this once trusted FBI director decide to mislead Congress, deceive judges with concocted tales from fake dossiers and with doctored writs? Did Congress pass a law that our federal leaders in the FBI and CIA could lie with impunity under oath?
No, but I do think that, when you look at people like Comey and Ray, that you've got two very different actors that are engaged in what's going on.
Like Twitter, when the FBI director flies to a foreign country to brag at a globalist conference that he's got the US government and the private sector monitoring and censoring everyone in clear violation of the Constitution he swore an oath to defend, you're in a tyranny, right?
That's
Why
right.
is
Yeah, no, that's
Christopher
a
Wray in Davos at the World Economic Forum in his taxpayer funded jet before an unelected non American tools?
well, at this point, he's got to go out there and he's got to keep his brand name up so he can go and get that job as soon as he leaves the FBI. It's going to pay him nicely. And that's kind of where we're at these days.